Hey, what's up? Miles Got Beats here, and I'm about to do my first unboxing video. I'm really excited about these because these just came out. It's of the iLoud MTMs. I went to audio school, but I really just don't get down with a lot of the techie terms unless I absolutely have to. But let's get into it. So these are the iLoud MTMs, higher resolution compact studio monitors, but that's pretty much how they look. The first versions of this were smaller and definitely not big like this. The first ones had a little subwoofer at the bottom of it. I didn't have them, but from my understanding, those were pretty good. But this has an even greater response to the lower bass frequencies. And these here, these are like the high points of it. Phase coherent. That means that once you set it with the stick thingy, that means that the bass isn't going to be bouncing everywhere, and it's going to control that bass and output it exactly how it's supposed to be. See, and it keeps talking about the bass. That's how we know. 40 hertz all the way down there. 40 hertz, best in class, best extension. Arc auto calibration. That's what that thing is called. A arc calibrator. I'm gonna stop calling it a thingy. I'm gonna call it an arc auto calibrator. Yeah. So, as I pop this baby open, let's see. Just rip it. I'm gonna tear it up. Tear it up. Look at that boy. And I'm just gonna open it on camera because opening the other one's gonna be the exact same way. I'm gonna tear that up too. I'm gonna have to slide it out. I'm gonna have to be a little more gentle. Slide it. There we go. That's that foam covering it. Stayed safe on this trip here. That's cool. And then foam on the bottom. Stayed safe. And it's about that big. I don't know the measurements for sure. What can we compare the measurements to? Okay, so I got the native M32 right there, right? That's a 32 key. So it's about half the size of that. Half the size of the M32 key for native instruments. Wait, the plugs and cords are probably gonna come in this box here. Let's see. Take that, protect the foam off. Yeah, slide it off. Ooh, take that top off. Ooh. You gotta excuse me, I haven't had sex in a while, I've been celibate. But, so look at that. It's fresh. So you can set this thing on its side, and it's gonna be a stand for it to sit on, adjustable stands. I'm probably gonna sit mine on the side because it's cooler like that. See, it's got a spot for the stands for it to lock in at the bottom, or it can be on the sides as you wish, I'm sure. And then this is how the back looks. You got the volume knob. You got extension. How far do you want it to go down? Do you want it to go to 60 hertz, 50 hertz, 40 hertz? I'm a 40 hertz kind of guy because that's the whole reason I got it. And then you've got the -3 dB or +2 dB or flat. I'll probably be flat all the way across on everything. Yeah. Calibration preset. Oh, I forgot. All right, so you can save your calibration settings. Once you calibrate it to the room, you can save it and have one for each space that you're in. Arc mic in, that's when you plug it up to calibrate it. Okay, so now checking out the accessories. Bam! Okay, so that's the power cord, of course. And these are the stands for the speaker to sit on. Another stand, that must be the horizontal stand, I don't know. Cord to hook in for the speaker. And this little tricky devil here is hard to open. Oh, this is the, I said I wouldn't forget the name of it, right? It's for the room. Oh, okay, okay. I see how that hooks up. Okay, so this is going to be the indicator for the room, the arc sensor thing. Yeah. And here's some guidance, just in case Google wasn't enough. gave you instructions, which I never look at. Don't read instructions. Instructions are for boys. No, but I might look in there. No, I figure everything out. Oh, man. Okay, so this nice little stand right here. I see from the looks of it, it looks like it's gonna sit on the back there. It's gonna be adjustable. Gonna need something to screw that in with, right? Ooh. Oh, yes. I had it backwards. This little screw open. It's in a Ziploc bag. Why? Okay, so that's one position that way. Right? Cool beans, very cool. So we can slide it to either way. Can slide it. It goes either at that super angle right there, up all the way, or you can push that bad baby down like that off of the one screw. Yeah. The other position, oh, and it's got some labels there to see exactly which degree you want it at, so that I guess you'll know for both monitors. So it's not just a random spot, random or randomness. It's supposed to sit on that bed, baby, just like that. If that's how I want to do it, right? No, I had it backwards. That makes even more sense because the iLoud is there in clear reading in the light. You see it? Mm-hmm. I don't know, when I set it up, it's just, when I set it up, basically I'm gonna want it to be like that, because these aren't official like stands, so at least not for these kinds of speakers, I don't think. So I think I'm gonna set it up like this because it just makes sense horizontally like that. Vertically, it's a risk of them falling, and that's the last thing I want these things doing anytime soon, is falling down, breaking, crushing, cracking, or anything like that. It's just my luck, you know. I'm the type of person who cracks an iPhone every time you drop it, you know. I'll set up both of them and I'll plug them up, and I'm not gonna get it room tested yet. I'm just gonna have them chilled out and standard, and hear how the standard sound comes out first. Then I'll do the room treatment microphone thingy. They are very heavy on the outside, but when you pick it up, it just seems really light enough for travel. It doesn't seem very heavy, but it's like, it seems hollow on the inside, which I don't know if that's great or bad. I'm sure it's hollow for a reason, to keep all the mechanisms the way they're supposed to be or whatever. iLoud was thinking when they designed this. Definitely makes sense to have an option for horizontal or vertical. Great idea. Grrr, this isn't instructions. It's marketing. Isn't what I was looking for at all. Grrr, more marketing. Advanced room correction system with MEMS microphone. Oh, awesome. Okay. Well, they do have a lot of nice products. Grrr, more marketing. Don't want it. I'll throw that shit away. I believe we have some legitimate instructions. Yes, for the complete user manual, visit. What? Oh, I don't want to have to download it. I have it in my hands. This should be it, right? At least I know I was doing that part right. You know, the degrees for precision. Yeah, I remember that part. There's no words, it's just pictures. See, it's childish, I told you. Instructions are childish. Oh, so that's what the second hole is for. Okay, now I don't feel like a whole version now. I get it. We're not gonna talk about that, but we need the unbalanced cables. These bad boys. Yeah. Okay, so I was trying to get everything inputted correctly, and I cranked the volume all the way up on these bad boys. And I had the volume low on my interface, of course, but I couldn't figure it out for a second, and I just didn't have them plugged in all the way. But then once I finally got them in, these babies go, you know, they get loud. All right, So I had to turn the volume knobs on the back of them down a little past below half. And because the room that I'm in is small too, and they're meant to be really close up on you. But I have them all the way down, like volume a little below past half. Not even doing a whole lot with these, you know. I turned the Hertz response down to 40. It was at 50 at first, but bring it on down to 40. And yes, you can hear all the bass. So I'm gonna shut up and I'm just gonna play something. This is one of my beats. And I'm gonna turn it up on the interface a little bit. Not even that much, look. It's crazy. It's not even up a lot. And that's with no room correction. No room correction is on it yet. No room calibration correction. So no room correction yet. I know all that distortion I'm hearing is not my mix. It's gotta be from the room I'm in. It's a very tight space. Like, you see how close I am to that corner and how close the speaker is to that corner. And like how close the speakers are to the walls. Like, it's ridiculous. So, let's see if that room correction really works. Okay, so even as undergrad, I never used one of these, but definitely understand its purpose. You can sit it at the position that you're going to be in, and then it picks up the remaining of the room, and it gives you a good idea of how the room should sound once it's corrected and understands the physics of your room. So good old calibration. Let's figure it out. I got to go to the website to figure this out though. Instructions are for children, but it's okay. We're going to find exactly what we're looking for. Yeah, we're supposed to be looking for custom calibration. Yeah, okay. Page 13. I'm a child. You know how when you're listening to your music and you might hear some distortion in your space, but you go somewhere else and you may not hear distortion, or vice versa. You might not hear distortion in your space and you might go to somebody else's little lab and you're all of a sudden hearing some distortion. Or if you go to a real studio, it's bringing out the inequalities in your music. Or say where you're sitting, it sounds perfectly fine. Everything sounds in pitch. Your bass sounds awesome, but then you go somewhere else and you're like, oh, wait, man, my bass don't really sound like that. And the pitches is off. That's a phase issue. So in some spaces, there's a phase issue and your bass or your sounds is bouncing all over the place. So you can't really get any accuracy on what the frequencies of this thing is and how it's really supposed to sound versus pitch or distortion. So when you have sound treatment or you have some sort of calibration like with these speakers, it's really bringing back the truth. Before I calibrated the speakers, I could hear some phasing issues because it was making some of my bass sound like it wasn't in tune. It was making it sound like it was off pitch or that I had hit a wrong note. And then after the calibration, boom, everything was perfectly fine. So, but not perfectly fine, because then you find out, oh, well, I generally mix my highs a little louder than I really need them. And that's what these speakers bring out to me. So it's going to tell all the truths, you know, all of it. So it's about to make my mixes even better. And then to get more bass, you just got to turn it up. But you know, when you're living with people or you got neighbors or something that don't like it when you turn it all the way up, maybe these won't be the best speakers for you. Maybe these won't really make the difference. But if you can get these speakers turned up a little bit to get all your frequencies and catch them in your ear, then it's cool. I need to hear the bass regardless. Like, however I'm gonna do this mix, but yeah. These speakers rock. Okay, so what I did now is I went in the back of the monitors, I turned the volume to like a quarter of what it's supposed to be, or how I feel it's supposed to be. I like mine cranked up. But like I said, I never had to calibrate the room for the speakers before. So this is a new listening experience. This is totally different. Like, it sounds totally different without the calibration versus the room being calibrated. And you can really hear a difference. I hear even more of a difference than when I had actual sound treatment in my room. Like, I used to have that, you know, and the sound treatment in my room, I had set that up great, and I could hear the difference in like the decibel levels in the room. I could hear it when I step out the room and then step back in. But this is a totally different experience. Like, it's really telling some truth. It's telling the most truths that I've ever had with a set of speakers so far. Like, even with my big giant Vocal Twin 6Bs, like, it's really a difference, you know. But then again, I can't hear below 40 hertz. So that also makes a difference too. So it's going to be a really flat sound, but it's a really accurate flat sound, even more accurate than when I had my Yamahas. You know, when I had the starter small Yamahas, well, they're not this small, but they're the lowest in the series, the smallest in the set, and these are even better than those. You know, like I remember when I first got those, and I had those until the wheels fell off. Literally, like one of the tweeters had started going bad, but I remember when I first got them, and I was like, oh, this is different, because that was my first set of reference speakers, and these topping that, man, like, it's flat, but I can still get a bass sound if because now I have more range in my interface dial, because I turned the speakers all the way down, and I can crank it up a little bit and I can get some more bass, but it comes with all the extra sound, but it still sounds great. And it's telling some truths about some mixes for sure. The distortion is gone, and now I just hear how much highs that I have in my mixes, where I thought I had been taking care of that, but it sounds like I got a lot of high in there, you know, but missing some mid in there. Turning up the dial a little bit here. That's pretty good. Overall, so far, I'm pleased with the decision I made. Definitely gonna start doing some mixes a little different, just based off of just some references that I heard. And I'm only listening to my own stuff so far. Like, I don't want to play anything that I might get a copyright strike on. So definitely just gonna run through some stuff and see how it's comparing. But so far, so good. I'm not mad about these. I'm not mad. So I guess in like another year, I'll come back and say how much I hate them or how much I love them. But thanks for tuning in. Hit the subscribe button. It's probably not going to be a lot of these review videos unless people start paying me for this type of stuff, because this was work. But it's all good. I still got beats, you know. I do mixing and mastering. If you guys want any other types of videos, just hit me up, comment in the comments what type of videos that you think I should be doing, I'm sorry. I just hit 1,000 subscribers not too long ago, so I can even do super chats. Like, what's some of the best times that you guys are available for super chats, so we can just chop it up and I can get to know my audience, you know, and kick it with you guys. You know, Instagram too, at Miles Got Beats, at Miles Got Beats on Twitter. Not on there much, but Instagram for sure. Like me on Facebook, Miles Got Beats. Everything. Catch you guys, man. Thanks for tuning in.